Sweeping changes to script writing. Hi, welcome to the making of sweeping changes to script writing. Today we're going to talk about the physical format. I know it might sound a little bit boring, but you need to know what the format is, why it came about. So we'll talk about the history of the format and then how it's useful during production. So the first thing I want to do is talk to you about a play. This is Woman in Black. It's a classic play. I want to show you its format. Now it evolved over years and years of doing playwriting, but it has a basic format in which you have the characters here, and then you have their dialogue, and it's just written pretty much straight down like that. And they've been doing this for thousands of years in this kind of format. Greek tragedies are like this, Greek plays. So it's been around for a very, very long time. One of the things with this format is that if you write more dialogue here, it doesn't matter a whole lot for the production. You might spend another couple minutes on stage, but it's not a big deal. It's a few more minutes of people's time. Wasn't a big deal for doing plays, right? But then came along film. And film, every minute of it, costs money. Lots of money. So with film, what they did is they took the basic script and they changed it a little bit, did a different format. And this is a format for, or this is the script for One of a Kind, which is a song I wrote, and we did a music video for it. So here you'll see the description at the top of the scene, and then you have the people's names right here, and then the dialogue. So all the characters' names are straight down here. The dialogue is somewhat centered in the page. Now why that's useful is that over time, they found if they did it this way, then each page is about a minute. So if you're actually filming something, it's important to know how much film you need. If you have 10 pages of dialogue or script, then you know you need 10 minutes of film. If you had 100 pages, then 100 minutes of film. And it's a roundabout number, it's not exact. The other thing is if you do this and you say, well, I have a page here, I have 10 pages, and let's say you're going to film 3 different angles, and we're going to do it 3 times so that each character can have enough practice doing it well. So that's really 9 times 10 or 90 minutes of film. Now film got expensive, and so that's why this format came about. So they could tell how much film they need, and they wouldn't overbuy it or they wouldn't underbuy it, which would be horrible because then you couldn't finish the production. So when you do production though, the really neat thing about this is that you go through and you can film this part of it, and your script supervisor will then mark when it was done. So then you know that you filmed that piece of the script. And then when you film another section, there's another part here, and it tells the take, the setup and the take for each one. So this took a lot of takes here. But you do that for every single piece in or portion of the script, and you'll know that you've covered everything in the script. And that's very important because you don't want to have to go back and redo it. So that's how the format evolved and why it's very useful, because now we know by the number of pages how much film we need. Now people don't use film anymore, but it's still an important factor. You want to be able to decide how long your film is going to be. If you do 90 pages, and basically it's a 90-minute film, so that's a good thing to do. If you did it the other format, the old play format, if you did 50 pages, you wouldn't know how many minutes of film it would be. So it's very difficult to guess with that format. So here is actually my top secret sweeping changes to script. And this is a short script. I actually did it double-sided here. It's a short script. It's only about 6 pages, which means 6 minutes. That's right. So now we know the format, which is kind of nice. It's very doable, very easy to do, and it's somewhat in line with the original. So the next episode, we'll talk more about what goes into a script, talk about the structure of the actual story, and then after that, we'll talk about what elements I actually put into this one. So thanks for joining me.